with our host, Mike Crook. Mike, you have a big opportunity discussion. Last week, we talked about the benefits. We saw a true life testimonial from a doctor, which was unbelievable. But this week, you have even bigger news.
Yeah, LifeWave, as part of their normal quarterly offerings, some of the compensation system that they offer is like these destination trips. So this coming May 5th through the 9th, you want to block it on your calendar if you're listening and you want to go. We're all going to Hawaii. It's an all expenses paid trip. I'm estimating the value of each one of these trips somewhere to be around 10 grand for a couple. So they spend a lot of money doing a really, really, really nice trip at these nice destinations. So we're going to Waikiki Beach and the Hilton that's there. It's a 5-star location, really, really nice plush location. Your meals are included, your flights included. All you have to do is win it. And, the contest started October 27th. I'm already halfway to getting there. Should be in the next few weeks, finished up with qualifying. There's no reason that between now and February 22nd, everybody who's listening to us can't get on board with LifeWave, get an experience with it, and also qualify for this trip. So I want to go over just briefly how to qualify. I'm sure that you'll have some questions about it too, and do that. So I'm going to share my screen if you don't mind. And
sure, let me give you the ability to share. Here we go. There you go.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put up the tracker for Hawaii and look at it there. It goes over everything. Now, the company keeps up with all your points, but it's always much more pleasurable, I've always thought, to know where I'm at myself and to keep up with it. So again, the Honolulu, Hawaii, October 27th through February 22nd is qualifying period. Travel is May 5th through 9th. And again, all of your expenses are paid. It is a lush, plush deal there. If you look at the Waikiki Beach resort for the Hilton, that's where we're going. I've never seen their prices less than $400 a night for that venue, and that's in the off season. So you're looking at about an $800 a night venue that we're going to. So anyways, let's keep on going from here. I'm going to explain some of these numbers, what you're looking at to hit these ranks within this and kind of make some sense of it. After I go through with the points. But if you're a manager or a director within the company ranks, you get just a point every week that you are qualified, maintaining your rank that's there. Then if you rank up, if you're just starting with us and you go from a 1-star manager all the way up to, say, a director 3, which is so easily doable over the points, over the time of the contest, you get these points here: 5, 7, 13, 15, and then 20 points are there. Totaling that up, that alone is, 35, 48. Then you got 53, and then 62 points right in here, just going up to the D3 to the 3-star rank. I'll explain that in just a minute. Again, you also, if you brought on 4 people with you, I've been putting out on Facebook, if you'd like to go to Hawaii with me, I can take 20 folks with me because you want to get more than what you need. But if you had 4 people who wanted to go to Hawaii with you and they were doing the same thing you're doing, and rather they're ranking up as well, they're going through this contest and winning it themselves. When they become a brand partner, at a core level, they get 2 points each that's there. Then when they go to a 1-star manager, they're getting another 2 points. 2-star manager, 3 points. 3-star manager, 5. First 1-star director, 7 points. The 2-star director, 10 points. And then by the time they reach 3-star director, that's 12. And so again, that's 22 points. So 22, 29. Then 39 and 41 points for each one of these. So because I'm doing all my math in my head and it's early in the morning, I'm going to take these and just say that if each one of your brand partners who comes on board with this got 41 points and you had 4 of them, that's 164 points. You've more than won the contest. If you're ranking up yourself and you're going to this and you add another, 41 points for that, that's 205 points. You more than won the contest. So the more you get on board with you in a very quick fashion and get them ranking up through the system, it's very easy to do. So while we're talking about that, I want to talk about each one of these ranks for a second and what they do, and just kind of some of the money that's being made with this technology that's offered here. I mean, it is such an amazing technology. We've had, like you said the other day, we had a doctor testify about what he has experienced in his own family with it and what he's doing in his practice as well, and how this has worked for him. But I want to tell you about some of the compensation for a practitioner or anybody who comes on board. They make a retail profit that's $20 per sleeve of the X39 stem cell activating patch. You get that reoccurring every month. If you've got just 20 customers, what I'm going to talk about just on retail alone, you can make 10 grand this next 12 months. Just easy, 20 customers, 10 grand, not even much to think about. But if you have more than 16 customers, that's these point system, because we're international. We're a company that operates in 80 different countries. We have distribution into 100, and I think we pay in 8 currencies. And so to have all that leveled out, they just assign points to every product for your commission base. And so in America, you get you have 77 points for a X39 sleeve of stem cell activating patches. And that translates into, this 20% times the 77 points. So it's about another $15 per sleeve off of your customers, off your brand partners, off people come on board with you that you're making off of that as well. So that adds up into that, what I was referring to, that, almost $10,000 is nine. I can show you exactly here in just a second, but, so as you move through, you come on what's called an active brand partner. That's the points you get for just buying some of the other sleeves, not even a full X39 sleeve. That's 55 points you have to be an active brand partner. So you can buy some of the pain relieving sleeves that they have. They're older patches that they've had out for a longer period of time. But as you move forward with this and you accumulate, you want to bring your purchases up to 110 points. That gets you qualified for these other ranks that you do here. Keep in mind, your customers qualify for these points, qualify for the points for you as well. And so this could be a lot more than that if you're actually getting some customers that are not brand partners on board with you there. So as those points accumulate, this is roughly 10 customers, 10 brand partners here, you become a 1-star manager. That's that first rank I was talking about just a second ago. When you get to 1,500 points, that's roughly double that. You become a 2-star manager. Then another 1,000 points, you're a 3-star manager. And so at that level, you've got some other bonuses that kick in. You've got what's called a level earning bonus down here at the bottom. I'm going to scroll down a little bit up. So I put that in the middle of my screen and it jumped. Okay, it'll only let me go to there. 7-star bonus as a 3-star manager, you're going to get 7%, and then 3% on that as well on the next level. And this is just 4 of the ways to earn. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to show you some of the others and just kind of hit on them real quickly. But we're going all the way to 3-star director. So it's accumulated 4 weeks, 20,000 points, which is not, again, it's not rocket science. That just 20,000 points translates to, again, divided by 77, because that's what we use all the time. 260 customers or brand partners who are reordering every month that gets you to that level. Again, it's very easy to get to 3-star director in going through that. That may seem like a lot to you, but I'm telling you, when you've got a technology that works for people want to hear about it. And Neil, they just jump on board. It's so easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel to have a conversation with people about this. They use the product and they tell others. with our 3 and free program for the retail customer, if they are buying the product, they tell 3 others about it. They get those 3 on board as customers. They get theirs for free. Now, this is not for brand partners. This is just for retail customers. But there's amazing multiplying factor with both of these. So a retail customer who wants to just simply tell others about what their experience with it has been, and we usually help them with that, help them get their customers enrolled, signed up with the company, set up an account, and that process, they're going to get theirs for free. The more customers that they bring on board as well, then the more points they get for free product that they can use for future months or for their current month, and get some additional product instead of just the X39 patch. So just jumping down real quickly here, this is where huge money is made here in the binary bonus, and that's where people are coming on board in your business as brand partners, and they're building as well, and they're building a team on their left and their right, and they go into your left and your right in this binary compensation system. I know to somebody who's never done network marketing, they may say, well, that's strange. What's a binary compensation system? I'll explain it to you someday when you give me a call, and we can get on the phone and go through this in a private Zoom and how that works. But it's just a way that a company has set up to make compensation work for people who are building a team of people in the business. But when you get to 1-star director, they give you a $500 breakthrough bonus. When you get to a 1-star executive, they give you a $5,000 breakthrough bonus. When you get to these other levels here, there's cash money at 50, 75, and 100,000. Again, larger volumes of groups, larger volumes of where you're in. But there are people who are making, just really amazing money from doing just some basic good work part-time at the 1-star executive level, because they're getting paid 10% on their legs in their binary, and it pays you up to $7,500 per week. $7,500 per week is not anything to be sneezed at. I mean, that's per week, not per month. So that times 4 weeks in a month, that's $30,000 a month. So we've got people who are 1-star executive within this business who are making $30,000 a month just off of again having a customer base that they've grown. That, again, going back to the previous screen, there we go. We're talking about at 1-star executive, 40,000 points. So again, 40,000 points divided by 77 points if they're just buying one sleeve. And let me tell you again, Neil, I'm experiencing that in most of our team members, most of our customers, they're buying 2 because it's the husband and wife. So it's 520 customers there or brand partners to get you there. But that, usually, again, divided by the fact that we have a multiple of orders coming in there, that really is only 260. So it's amazing how much volume you can build very shortly with this. I know that some of this, because the Hawaii trip is the first time you've seen it and looked at it, but I wanted to make sure that if you wanted to know about it, what your questions were, Neil, about the Hawaii trip.
No, so I basically, when you're starting your business, and the important thing is it definitely is a product that once you share it with other people, they're going to share it. That's the key thing. Now. A lot of products out there, they're not. They're like, I can't get them on this.
Yeah, they're
simple. They have to go in a regiment. They have to change their lifestyle. All you got to do is put this patch on your back, or put it
right on the label,
right here, or you got to put it somewhere else. So it's not rocket science at all about doing this product. I want to do a podcast with you to talk about how we should do all the other things so we can see the most benefits with the X39. And I think that'll be a great podcast to have a conversation. But I'm asking in this kind of a conversation, tell me specifically enough, how do we build our business quickly? What do you see as the best game changer that can get things going so that you have the opportunity for that Hawaii trip?
Well, it's really simple. You don't have to know anything to really have a conversation with someone who you know and love, who knows and loves you. Every one of us has got 4 people in our life who they love us. They'll take our phone call. This day and time of these devices, we see who's calling. We go, I don't want to talk to them. We make a decision of who who's on the phone. I mean, the old days, you had to go pick up the phone to know who it was. Then there was caller ID. Now you know who all it is before they call. So, you text your buddy and say, have you got a few minutes, to chat? Now they say yes. And you say, well, look, I'm working on a business project. Just as simple as that. I'm working on a business project. Have you got 5 or 10 minutes to talk to me about it? And they say, well, yeah, sure. Because again, there are 4 friends who you know and love, who know and love you. They need the same benefits of this stem cell activation therapy that you need, because your body has declined starting at age 30 with your stem cell activity. And so by the time you reach 62, and I know people look at me on the podcast, they say, Mike, you look so young. You can't be 62. But really, I am. And in this process of getting these stem cells activated, my collagen has gone through the roof. My skin looks entirely different. It's just amazing. But anyways, so I'm just saying to the guy, have you got 5 or 10 minutes? I'm working on a business project. Have you got 5 or 10 minutes? They say yes. And you say, great. I've got a partner I want to put on the phone with you. And I do this all day long. People message me, say, hey, man, I'm fixing to make some calls. Have you got a few minutes to get on a 3-way with me? And they put me on a 3-way call with others. I explain everything there is about the product, about the business. And I tell them we're looking for 2 things, basically. We're looking for distribution. McDonald's wants a McDonald's restaurant on just about every corner, really. But they want it, a couple of miles down the road from the last one. So if you're on the right side of the road, you can pull into McDonald's on the right side and go in there and get your Filet-O-Fish like President Trump loves, and extra sauce on it. And you can get out of there and hit back on the road. If you're on the other side driving the opposite way, 2 miles down the road, there's one on the left side. And then there, another 4 miles, there's one on the right side. We're not looking for brick and mortar buildings. We're looking for people's own circle of influence. I mean, if you get on Facebook, Neil, if we were to be on Facebook and look at each other's mutual friends, because I'm sure, with you and I were friends on Facebook, and so, we're going to have some common friends. You live in Michigan. I've got some friends in Michigan. You may know who they are. I don't know. I've not really looked at our mutual friends. But if we had 5 or 10 mutual friends in common, you probably have a 4,000 friends on Facebook. I have 4,000 friends on Facebook. So we have a whole lot of different people that we don't know that are, contacts that we each have. So I'm saying each one has a circle of influence that's different, kind of like that McDonald's that's on this corner on the right side going west on 98 down here on the beautiful Gulf of America on our white, sandy, Emerald Coast beaches. I know that where you're up there where it's gotten cold already in Michigan. You're
in Ohio, but yeah, I'm in Ohio, but that's
okay,
Michigan, Ohio. There's no difference.
Ohio, well,
no, it's already cold. Oh. It's already cold, and and
I'm thinking Lake Erie,
and cold and flu season is here. Which is always fun. Yeah, So
where you're at, it's cold, but you're going down the 98 here where it's warm, and you pull into that McDonald's. You probably don't visit the one that's 4 miles down the road. Well, again, we have different connections, so we're not looking for a brick and mortar. We're looking for your own sphere of influence. But all we're looking for is 4 people who who know and love you, 4 people who will try this patch out for the next 6 months to a year. They get on it, they get the results. It's amazing. But how many people know 4 people who want to go to Hawaii with them, that they would love for their husbands and wives to get together and they just take a trip to Hawaii? Well, who's going to spend, and Biden's leftover economy right now, who's going to spend, $10,000 going to Hawaii? It's a lot of people are tight on that. Well, if you want to earn some money going to Hawaii and then at the same time, win a trip, to Hawaii for free, then this is the best way to do it. I was looking at the numbers the other day, and I don't know how someone, if they're going to win this trip to Hawaii, can't at the same time make somewhere between $10,000 and $20,000 in that time period. And we're talking about part-time. We're not talking about you quitting your job and starting over with something there. And that's not it at all. We're talking about making 4 calls to people who you know and love. And then those same 4 people making 4 calls and so on and so forth. And as it develops, as it grows, as it blossoms, as people are doing business inside of your business, before you know it, you've got, somewhere between 10 and 20 grand. Now, I can't promise anybody any income, just like you can't promise that the X39 is going to fix your eyes or grow your hair or do whatever else it may be that you get. We've seen results of all those kinds with people, but the X39 activates stem cells. What your stem cells are going to do in your body, we don't know. And when it's going to do them, we have no idea either. But I can't promise what somebody's going to make in this business. It's kind of really up to them. Some people have horrible personalities. When they talk to people, they're not engaged and want to be around them. And I can't help them with that. Now, can they change? Sure. But I'm telling you, most people can get involved with this trip here, tell their friends about it, say, come on board with me, and just have a simple call. I'm working on a business project. Have you got 5 or 10 minutes to talk? I want to put on my partner, put me on the phone with them. I've got others who can get on the phone with them as well. And so, if they don't have the same time that I have time available, then I've got others who can do it with them. And they just get on the phone with them, explain with it what it is, have them make a decision of what they want to pursue, whether it's a partner or whether it's a customer. And then we provide them appropriate information in that process. And once they've got that information, then they can, make a decision about it, And so I would say to you that if you make 10 or 20 calls like that, you're going to get 4 partners. You're going to get a number of customers at the same time. And that's going to basically be the existence of your business. Now, do you want to stop at 20 of those calls? No. But, you could be satisfied with that and just stay where that gets you. But can you win the contest to Hawaii with making those numbers and calls? Sure. Because out of 20 calls, you're surely going to find 4 people who want to do this business with you and want to go to Hawaii with you. But I call your best friends first, Hey friend, I want to go to Hawaii. You want to go with me? I mean, that's as simple as I can do it. I'm going to Hawaii, all expenses paid. Would you like to go as well? I can take 4 friends with me. And they say, well, sure, buddy. Well, what do I got to do? Well, let me get this guy on the phone and tell you about that, or I'm working on a business project with him. Let me get him on the phone with you. It's not that hard to have that kind of conversation. I'm going to do all the talking. And you and I who are gifted at Gab, at talking, because podcasts, it's very easy for us. And for some other people, it's not. So just put somebody on there who can have the conversation. That's all that is to it. We show them, a lot of times we get on Zoom calls. If we want to show them something like this, we just say, hey, well, can we switch from a telephone to a Zoom call? And I send out a link. It's really easy to do and get people going. So I'm telling you, football season's almost over, but I know the football games don't start until, noon. People have the morning on Saturday morning to call a few friends. If their team is not playing on Saturday night, they have the evening, or they may even have the afternoon on Saturday call. Sunday's a great time to reach people. There's easy peasy to make 20 calls in just one weekend and get a business built just in one weekend. Right. Where it goes from there, it's just amazing. So,
all right. So the best place, you guys will DM Mike. There's going to be a link in the podcast show notes for both of us to go to different places, depending on which podcast it is. But Mike, we really appreciate it. And thanks again.
Thank you, man. Thank you for hosting.
All right. That was a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Mike Crook Show, guys.